So, is now a good time to buy? Yeah. So I know what you're thinking. Interest rates. Interest rates have skyrocketed since the start of the year. We take a look at this. We started at about 3.22%. We tapped out at about 7.75. That's a drastic difference, and I get it. But if we look at the historical average, going back to 1971, the average interest rate is 7.76. That means we capped out at about the historical average. Now, I know that's not going to make anybody feel better, because if you had an opportunity to buy a house at 3.22 or even lower, 6.25, 6.5 is really hard to swallow. I get it. But let me give you a little insight to hopefully make you feel a little bit better. If we looked at what it was like to buy a year ago, competition was fierce. Everybody was trying to get that interest rate. That means many offers that you had to draft had zero contingencies. You got rid of your inspection contingency. You maybe weren't even able to get a financing contingency because the cash deals with no appraisal and no inspection were winning out. That means you lost your opportunity to do a lot of due diligence in buying the property that you feel comfortable with. Right now, less competition, you have the chance to have that home inspection back in. You have an opportunity to have an appraisal contingency built in. So, you may have had a better interest rate, but you may also had to way overpay for the property. You may have to buy a property with some repairs that are needed, but you weren't able to negotiate anything into the offer. You buy it today, yes, at a much higher interest rate, you potentially could have a much better offer that has you in a better position to purchase something you're comfortable with at maybe a better price, with an inspection contingency, all those safeguards that every buyer should have. So I'll leave you with some final thoughts. Is it a good time to buy? Yes, it is. I know the interest rate is scary, but right now you have a better opportunity to actually get an accepted offer on a property, unlike a year ago when it was very difficult. And the terms of the offer that you write could be in your best interest, which also is very different from what it was about a year ago. So if you're scared at the interest rate, I get it. Right now it's 6.25, 6.5, somewhere in that range. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? If you're going to sit around and wait in hopes that they come down, they might actually go up. And if you had locked in at 6.5, well, you got locked in at a low interest rate. Or if they go down, which they might, and hopefully they do, at that point you could refinance. So if you find a property right now that is perfect for you, go get it. Move on with your life and find that property. Get yourself into that home that you really want. I'm Tom Brightlow, Sales Director of the Shore West Realtors, Brookfield Waukesha office. And if you have any questions, if you're curious if now is the right time for you, please reach out. Our agents, best in the business, very knowledgeable, and always happy to help.